Welcome to a brand new explainer. Today, we're immersing ourselves in a really dark, high-stakes crime thriller that's going to keep you on the edge of your seat from the very first minute. We're pulling apart a completely gripping narrative, analyzing the clues, and trying to uncover a truth that is buried deep in a web of power and deception. The atmosphere here is heavy, it's cinematic, and it's full of suspense. So settle in because we're about to unravel a very dangerous mystery.
Okay, let's dive into this. Picture the scene. It's midnight on a desolate stretch of the Mumbai-Delhi highway. The rain is just pouring down in absolute sheets. Thunder is cracking overhead. And through the darkness, all you can see is the urgent flashing of blue and red police sirens reflecting right off the wet asphalt. As you get closer, the grim reality comes into focus. A high-profile luxury car lies completely wrecked on the side of the road. And inside? Anya, the daughter of the powerful VIP MLA Vikramaditya.
So what does this all mean? Is this simply the city's most tragic, massive car accident? Or are we actually looking at a meticulously planned murder? Tomorrow morning, the media is going to scream. The headlines will be deafening, and politicians will undoubtedly cry for the cameras. But the actual truth, the real story, isn't in those press conferences. It's buried right there, underneath the twisted metal and shattered glass of that crash site.
Part 1. Enter Inspector Kabir. To dig that truth out of the wreckage, we need our protagonist. A figure steps out of an unmarked vehicle into the pouring rain, wearing a black leather jacket, his face set like stone. Deliberately, without any hesitation at all, he ducks under the police tape and steps directly into the chaos. This is Inspector Kabir. The case has been personally handed to him for a very specific reason. He's notoriously relentless. In a world where power dictates the rules, he's the anomaly. He has absolutely zero fear of VIPs, their influence, or their demands. He doesn't care about wealth, and he certainly doesn't care about politics. The only currency Kabir trades in is the truth. Now, what's really interesting about this is his uncompromising attitude. When faced with the pressure of a high-profile victim, his stance is just incredibly badass. His internal dialogue makes it perfectly known. She was a VIP's daughter, so sure, this case will get VIP treatment. But if this turns out to be a murder, he does not care how high up the conspiracy goes. Even if the killer sits in the presidential palace, Kabir is the one who will walk in there and put the handcuffs on them. That is the level of fearlessness we are dealing with.
Let's move to part 2 and see how this builds, accident or planned murder.
We follow Kabir in real time as he works the scene. He isn't just barking orders, he's getting his hands dirty. Step 1. He meticulously walks the perimeter of the crash site. Step 2. He pulls out his flashlight and a magnifying glass, getting right down into the mechanical guts of the Uranian vehicle to check the undercarriage. And Step 3. Knowing that physical evidence is only half the story, he immediately orders his team to pull all the digital CCTV footage they can find.
So the crucial point is what Kabir discovers under that car, because it literally changes everything. We are no longer looking at a tragic mishap. The brakes on Anya's luxury car didn't just fail due to mechanical error. No way. The brake line was intentionally, cleanly cut. We've officially crossed the line from a devastating accident into a full-blown, premeditated murder investigation.
Part 3. The CCTV footage twist. With the physical proof secured, the tension skyrockets. We're shifting away from the muddy, rain-soaked highway and diving straight into the digital evidence. Kabir gets his hands on the security recordings from the VIP's heavily guarded private residence. And the timeline tells a crazy story. Exactly 2 hours before the deadly crash, we see the inside of the MLA's secure garage. Anya's car is parked, waiting. Suddenly, an unknown figure creeps in, approaches the vehicle, and ducks down, tampering with the exact same spot Kabir just inspected on the highway.
And here is the kicker. It isn't a random assassin or a rival gang member. The person in that garage cutting the brakes is none other than MLA Vikramaditya's own most trusted personal bodyguard. The very man paid to protect this VIP family is the one who sabotaged the daughter's car.
Part 4. The final mystery. And this brilliantly illustrates the high stakes we're dealing with. The moment the shocking revelation hits, Kabir doesn't hesitate. He ejects the magazine of his gun, slams a fresh one in, and strides right back to his vehicle. He speeds off into the night to hunt this suspect down. We have the who, but the why is a complete black hole. Was this just political revenge for a rival faction? Or does this betrayal point to a much deeper, darker secret hiding behind the locked doors of this VIP family's mansion?
Which leads us to the ultimate, most disturbing question of this entire investigation. The clues point to an absolutely unthinkable conspiracy. Why would a powerful, wealthy MLA order his most loyal man to cut the brakes on his own daughter's car? It's a massive cliffhanger that changes everything we thought we knew. We're going to follow Inspector Kabir as he hunts for that answer in Part 2. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it, and drop your theories in the comments. Who do you think is really pulling the strings?